Hey guys, Vince over here, back for another video. I know it's been a while, but I'm back. And for starters, well, honestly, I can't even go over what's been going on while I've been gone because there's just been so much, and my life changed so much from the last time I was actually committed to making videos. And well, yeah, now I'm back to do it again, although things are going to be extremely different. If you subscribed for car reviews, how do I say this? There's not going to be a single car review, like, ever. Unless, I don't know. Like, I could still make cars content, but it won't really be like your typical reviews like you see every other YouTuber do. Miss those days. Not really. I was faking my nostalgia. Anyways, so you might be wondering, what are these videos going to be about? Not really sure yet, honestly. I'm just kind of walking into this for the funsies. I mean, I feel like that's really what this whole channel kind of started off as, but then, I don't know, like making videos felt more like a chore rather than a passion. Especially when I had to be a little more profesh and stuff. But, this is my channel, my ground, my rules. So, how about we get started with my personal favorite manga and anime, My Hero Academia. Because the final season is currently airing, and I could not be more excited, and yet more devastated for this bittersweet ending to come upon us all. Because, well, yes, My Hero Academia is getting new episodes right now. This is the final season, and therefore we won't be getting anything else after this. So, we'll be walking into 2026 without My Hero Academia. For those of you who don't know, My Hero Academia has become my favorite anime ever since 2021, a few months after I started watching anime in general. And so it's played a very big role in my life, you know. It's helped me get through high school, it made me a lot of friends, like, and its protagonist Deku, like, without him, I don't think I'd be a fraction of who I am today. Because he definitely has had a large influence on who I am today. So, yeah, losing My Hero Academia is gonna definitely leave a little bit of a hole in the heart, but we've endured worse. So last week, the first episode for this season, Toshinori Yagi Rising Origin, released, and I really liked the episode. You know, at first, like, the first half I think was kind of like just a recap, but I honestly didn't really figure out when it transitioned from the flashback or like the recap to the actual episode until, like, I don't know, like I was gonna rewatch the last episode of season 7 before I watched the first episode of season 8, but due to like time constraints and all that, I didn't get the chance to. So I was kind of like, which is new content and which one's the recap? And then I just kind of started piecing it together, and I was like, I think this is new. I think that happened. Okay, I think I got this. By the second half, obviously, I was now like, okay, this is the new stuff. But at first, I was like, I was having trouble with it, not gonna lie. And then it was really cool. The last part of the episode, after the opening got revealed, which, by the way, great opening. Definitely top 5, maybe even top 3, I don't know. Maybe I'll rank the openings one day, we'll see. It was really cool to see Invisible Girl and Yuga team up together against that villain with the plants. I don't know, he kind of sounded like Doma too from Demon Slayer. Don't like that guy. Anyways, I think that about does it for today, is what I would say. But Tamashii Nations also recently revealed their Tomura Shigaraki and Armored All Might action figures, and I gotta say, both of these are awesome. Shigaraki has a fabric cape and loads of articulation, and a solid amount of accessories. Meanwhile, All Might has a plastic cape with articulation within the cape itself. Although, I'm curious to see if people might do what they did with Deku's SHF figure, which I'm a proud owner of, where they take the plastic cape and then replace it with a fabric one. I don't really think that would be the case here, because All Might's cape is like kind of like nanotechnology, so there wouldn't really be a point in it being made out of fabric in the show or in your collection as an action figure. So I think the plastic cape works. What personally doesn't work for me, I feel like, is the accessories. I just feel like he's a little lacking. Like, we see him used so much in the episodes that this suit is featured in, just for this to come with the black whip, quote quote. So I feel like that's a little lacking, but honestly, looking at the figure, it's still really cool. So I can't be too disappointed with the lack of accessories. But then again, I kind of am with seeing how the other characters have so many more accessories. So, I don't know. I'm like trying to deal with the fact that there's so little here, but at the same time, I'm like, there could be so much more. Before I finish off today's video, I'd also like to mention some other anime I've been watching lately. For example, I've been watching Gachiakuda, a new anime that came out a few weeks ago, a month or two maybe. I'm really enjoying it so far. Like, I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. I think it is aimed at an older audience than most anime I've seen, and I can tell. But, I'd still really recommend it if you got the time. Because, I don't know, I just really enjoy it. I think it's something special. And I can't wait to see what happens next. The latest episode was definitely interesting, to say the least. And I think there's going to be a new opening sequence for the episodes next week. I think that's what I read somewhere. And then this one came out last year, but Solo Leveling, I've finally been catching up on it. For some reason, I just dropped it after the second season came out. Like, I watched the first episode when it came out, and then I watched the second one, and then I just forgot to watch the rest. So lately, I've been catching up on it, and I've also started collecting some manga, specifically, any Marvel manga I can find, I get. I've been reading a lot of Spider-Man manga lately. Most of them are pretty good. I just feel like, I don't know, they could definitely be better in some aspects, but nonetheless, I still like the stories that have been put out so far. And a manga that I have the complete set of so far of is the Ice Guy and the Cool Girl. I say that with hesitation because they switched the name of the title of the series in the anime to the Ice Guy and his cool female colleague, so I like mix them up sometimes. But yeah, I guess that pretty much rounds off today. Super excited to see what happens next in My Hero Academia, and well, yeah, that's about it. Hope you all have a super-tastic day, and thanks for dropping by again. Hope to see you all again soon.